Hi, this is Jana, and welcome to my kitchen. I am making something that our family has loved for a very long time. It is easy peasy chicken cordon bleu. Great for your early cooks to do or those who are just learning to cook. What I've got is a couple packages of thin sliced chicken breast. That's thin. And you don't have to pound it out that way. And then I have got some Miracle Whip. Erin, can you grab that Miracle Whip salad dressing just to show that in the camera for me? And yeah, Miracle Whip. I know it sounds weird and it sounds like, oh, you want to just shut this off and move on. You're just going to have to trust me that this is really, really
She's
good.
been wanting to make this one for a long time, but just didn't.
I've made it since you were a child.
I meant for the video.
Yeah,
She's been wanting to make it for a while.
I just always forget to do it. And so, but this is springtime. Mother's Day's next week. But this is great for Sunday dinner. You can put it in the oven and go to church. And so anyway, and so I have got this Miracle Whip, and you're going to want to put it on one side. And then I have a plate of some breadcrumbs, dried breadcrumbs. And I've got one envelope of Lipton onion soup mix, but you can use any brand. And I'm going to put that on there.
You got?
Yeah, there you go, Erin. Thank you. And then I'm going to mix the breadcrumbs just like this with the onion soup mix. So then I'm going to take that one side with the Miracle Whip on it, and I'm going to dip it into those crumbs. And you can see it's coated. And so I'm going to put that down in my pan. And I'm going to keep doing this the very same way. And some of them, it doesn't matter if they're misshaped. We're just going to fill the bottom of this 9 by 13 pan. You can do this in an 8 by 8 pan. You can make this as big or as little as you want. You can do it on a sheet pan if it has sides on it. And I'm going to demonstrate again, just one side of, you put the Miracle Whip and then the breadcrumbs. And you just want to try and fill in the pan, just like that. I'm going to keep going with this and we'll be back when I get the bottom filled. Okay, we are back. And I ordered some deli meat and I got Black Forest ham. But you can get any thin ham that they have at your deli. And you see I got the bottom of the pan all covered in those thin chicken breasts.
Go lower it a little bit.
Okay. And we're going to cover the chicken with ham. It doesn't matter if it overlaps. More goodness, okay? Just like that. And so next, I have some Swiss cheese. All sliced up, and there are 11 slices in the pack that I got. And so I saved a few of them for the sauce that we're going to make to go over the rice. And so you're just going to go through and you're going to put a slice all over the top of the ham. This is so fast. It's perfect to make. You can make this on Saturday night before you go to bed, afternoon, morning, doesn't matter. And cover it with foil or plastic wrap or whatever and put it in the refrigerator overnight. And that way, before you go to church on Sunday, if you have a 1-hour service, you can put this in the oven before you go to church. And when you get back from church, it's done. Look, how easy is that? So now the second I have to do is I have another package of the thin sliced chicken breast, just like that. And we're going to do it just a little bit different. Same thing, just different. And I know it sounds gross with Miracle Whip instead of mayonnaise. Don't use mayonnaise. Mayonnaise isn't quite the same. I guess you probably could, but it just would give a different flavor profile. And so then we're going to put it back in that breadcrumb and onion soup mix. And we're going to put them crumb-side up. See, the other on the bottom, we put it where the breadcrumbs were on the bottom side. I just kind of rubbed some of that off. And so now I'm going to keep doing this and put the crumb side up, and we will be right back. Okay, we're back. And I'm just finishing up the last piece of the thin sliced chicken breast. Get it all covered. We're put it on just one side into the breadcrumbs. Get it coated, just like that. And filling in my last little gap. Any place where I rubbed it off with my glove or my fingers. Just gonna, you don't want to put it on too thick. I don't like it too thick. I like it just right. Okay, so now that is as easy as it is. It has not taken very long at all, maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes. And now I've got 1 stick of butter. This is grass-fed butter, so it's dark. It's Kerrygold. And I'm going to put 1 stick of butter over the top, just like this. Isn't it amazing how the color changes for having grass-fed? It's a lot more yellow. All right, so just like this, you can put it in the oven, or you can go ahead and put this in the refrigerator until you're ready to bake it. It's a great make-ahead meal if you're having company. And I'm going to pop this in the oven, and when we're back, you're going to see it done. And it's going to cook in the oven at 350 degrees for 45 minutes to an hour. So if you're going to go to church, you can turn it to 300 or 325. And I'm going to cover it for about half the time and then uncover it for the end of the time. And then it's going to have juices in it from the chicken juice, from the butter, and from the Miracle Whip. And I'm going to preserve those juices to help make my sauce. And so you'll see, we'll be back. Hi, this is Jana, and we are back. And the chicken cordon bleu is out of the oven. It just finished baking. You can see how beautiful it is. That's 45 minutes in the oven. And it's got some good juice underneath there. We're going to add to our sauce here in a few minutes. And so what I'm doing here is I just added a tablespoon of butter to 2 1/4 cups of boiling water. And now I'm going to add in some Uncle Ben's, or you use your favorite rice, whatever your favorite rice is, white rice.
And this is not the instant.
I don't like the fast.
Yeah, the fast recipe.
But, you know, if you like it, do it. I like the long, it takes 25 minutes to cook this. And so that is easy peasy. And so with rice, once you put it in, you stir it and mix it, and then you do not
touch it until it's done.
Don't touch it until it's done. That's right, Erin. And so I'm going to move this to the back burner and cover it with a simmer.
Till it starts to boil.
Yep, and then turn it down to a simmer and put the lid on it. And now I've got a pan. We're going to make the bechamel sauce for the rice. And this is a half a stick of butter. And it's going to melt. And then we're going to add to that a half a cup of flour. Just like this. This is going to be kind of thick, but that's okay. We're going to be adding things to it.
Kind of like a roux.
Very good, Erin. R-O-U-X. It's called a roux, which is, most of the time, it's equal parts of fat and flour. Doesn't matter what fat it is.
You have to watch it real good because you don't want to burn it.
You don't want to burn it. Sometimes, like with when you're cooking Cajun food, they're going to ask you to brown your flour, but you'll do that first before you add the butter. In most recipes, anyway, that I'm familiar with. I'm not an expert in that.
You might turn your rice down a little bit.
All right, it is boiling, Erin. Turn that down to a nice simmer. And you can see and you want to cook flour for at least 2 minutes so that it doesn't taste raw. If you ever try to make gravy or anything and it doesn't taste good, It's most of the time is you've skipped this step. You gotta make sure you get it cooked. And I always say 2 minutes is a good amount of time. And this is a little bit thicker of a sauce. And so when we add, I'm going to get a whisk now, because when we add our liquids to the roux, we aren't going to want to have lumps. And so it calls for 2 cans of chicken broth. And those are about 10.5, so that's 20 ounces of, about 21 ounces, I think it is. And so that is 2 1/4 cups of chicken stock. So I'm using my box. There we go. And it's starting to brown. We don't want it to brown too much. I'll turn my fire down for a second. There we go. And we're going to add slowly. Watch out, steam is hot. I think I had my fire up for the rice yet.
For the what?
I think I still had it up high for the rice.
Uh,
There we go. Slowly, slowly, so you don't end up with lumps. And you know what? These are made for liquid pouring, but they drip. So I always keep the bottom of my measuring cup inside the pan so it doesn't drip all over my stove.
smells good.
Woohoo. And sometimes I add chicken stock. Sometimes I add half milk, half chicken stock. And then I add any drippings that are in my chicken cordon bleu. And there's 16 ounces, and I still got to go back and get some more. And turn my fire back up now. See, got all those big lumps that were in there. Look what happened. It's all nice and smooth. Now I'll get the other 1/4 cup. I'm turning around to my cabinet behind me here so I don't make a big mess. There we go. And that's going to begin to thicken up very quickly. And I'm going to get a turkey baster. I use a turkey baster for a lot of things. But I'm going to help get the juices that are in the bottom of my cordon bleu. Flavor. I know it sounds weird with that Miracle Whip and everything. But I took this to my neighbor not too long after they built their house and we built our house. And there was a event that I had to, well, I wanted to bless their family with, and so I made this, and it's still one of his favorite things. He tells me anyway. Don't ever tell me something you like, or you'll probably end up with a lot of it. There, so there's that flavor. And every batch is different as to how much is in there. And so now we're going to add back. Remember I told you that we had 11 slices of Swiss cheese? Well, I saved 3 of them, remember? And so I'm going to put those 3 slices of cheese back into the sauce. And I'm going to be adding some pepper to it.
Here you go.
I'll take the shaker or the grinder. My little bowl of pepper that I grind fresh is empty.
I did not open it.
Empty. I gotta make some more.
Oops. She has a special thing just for grinding
Fresh ground pepper. I put it in I have it's about 34-year-old coffee mill. And I use that.
They use the ground coffee beans, but she uses it for making fresh
Grinding
pepper.
yeah, I've got one for pepper and one for coffee.
She has them in separate spots so she won't get them confused.
Well, one's white and one's black, so. And here we go. All right, I'm gonna let this cook a little bit and come to a simmer and let our rice finish up, and we'll be back. Okay, our sauce is starting to come to a simmer. And taste it and see if you need to adjust seasonings. And you know, I use this all the time. It's an all-purpose seasoning. It's got a little bit of everything in it.
It's a staple to our food group here at the house.
But it doesn't make every, excuse me, this little pepper got up my, but it doesn't make everything taste the same. You know, like Lori's seasoning salt, everything would taste the same, but this is just a real light, all-purpose seasoning.
Salt, pepper,
parsley,
yeah.
You know.
I put in my celery stuff I make for work.
Yeah, it's perfect. So anyway, it's going to thicken up here in just a few minutes, and we're going to let it simmer. The rice is coming along, and we'll be back when it's time to serve. All right, we are back, and there is our chicken cordon bleu, our Uncle Ben's rice. We have our bechamel sauce and some roasted asparagus. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut a piece. This can make 1, 2, 3, 4, easily 6 servings. You can maybe, if you have some children, it might even make 8 servings. And so it's wonderful. And so I'm going to go ahead. This is how we serve it at our house. Just like this. And then I put some of the bechamel sauce on the rice, like this. And then I put the chicken cordon bleu. We're going to get some asparagus here. I'm right-handed, so I have to move a little bit here. Wipe off my plate where I just dribbled some butter, or olive oil, I guess it was. And that is our springtime chicken cordon bleu with wild rice and asparagus.